June 25, 2009. 10:30 a.m. Pale daylight filtered through the window of his Los Angeles home. One of the greatest stars in music history was once again battling the grip of sleeplessness that morning. With only 18 days left until his final concert, Michael Jackson still couldn't sleep. That night's rehearsal had gone perfectly. On stage, he had danced with his old energy and told his team, "This concert will be the comeback of my life." But now, lying in bed, he stared silently at the ceiling. The dark circles under his eyes were deep. His heart raced, and his hands trembled. "I need a rest, just a few hours of sleep." His personal doctor, Conrad Murray, was in the room as usual. Michael was sleepless. The doctor had tried numerous medications. Diazepam, lorazepam, midazolam. But nothing had worked. "Doctor, please. I just need to sleep a little. There's a lot of rehearsal tomorrow." "Michael, you've had enough medication. This is dangerous. Please, just one more time, propofol." Propofol, a powerful anesthetic normally used in surgeries. But Michael had been relying on this drug for months to sleep. And that morning, though the doctor hesitated, he finally prepared the injection. The needle enters his vein. Michael takes a deep breath. He slowly closes his eyes. His heartbeat begins to slow. Stage lights. "The crowd is calling me." Suddenly, a stage emerges from the darkness. Michael sees himself as a child, singing, small, shy, yet happy. Then the image shifts. A stage cheered by millions, the Thriller outfit, the moonwalk. Lights explode, applause fills the sky. But then everything freezes. Silence. The lights begin to fade. And at that moment, a voice. His father Joseph's voice echoes. "Do better, Michael. Be perfect." Michael gasps. Tears stream down his face. A whisper reaches him. "That's enough now, son, you can rest." The heart monitor emits a sudden beep. The pulse line flattens. Dr. Murray notices in the room that Michael has stopped breathing. He immediately begins CPR. But there is no pulse. He grabs his phone and, instead of calling 911, tries to reach Michael's assistant first, a critical mistake. Minutes tick by. 12:21 p.m. Real panic sets in. The home security rushes in, children cry. An ambulance is called. The rescue team delivers shocks with a defibrillator. But Michael's heart never responds. His body no longer reacts. His face is pale, his fingers ice cold. "Come on, Michael, you never gave up on stage." Arrival at the hospital, 1:14 p.m. Desperate attempts continue. Doctors take turns performing chest compressions. And finally, at 2:26 p.m., the heart of the greatest music icon in history stops forever. The world is still turning, but it feels as if the music has stopped. No one knows yet. Minutes later, news channels flash the headline, "Michael Jackson hospitalized." And an hour later, Michael Jackson has passed away. The internet crashes. Twitter, YouTube, Google, everywhere, a single name echoes. Michael Jackson. As evening falls over Los Angeles, thousands gather in front of the hospital. Some weep, some wait in silence. But everyone feels the same thing. A giant is gone. Michael's body lies motionless, yet a melody seems to linger. In it, "Heal the World, Man in the Mirror, and You Are Not Alone" blend together. My story doesn't end here. Because music never dies. Slowly, the lights dim, the stage fades to black. A child's voice is heard. "Michael, we will never forget you." Breaking news, Michael Jackson has died at the age of 50. A single sentence. And that sentence echoed across the world. That day, the internet truly stopped for the first time in history. YouTube crashed. Google searches clogged, leaving blank white screens for hours. Millions of people cried at the same time, unable to believe it all at once. People gathered in the streets. Some walked holding candles, others carried Michael's posters. And the world realized something that day. The king was dead, but the music still lived. In front of Neverland, a sea of people gathered. Some danced, some wept. A young girl knelt on the ground, singing "You Are Not Alone" with a trembling voice. A man quietly performed the moonwalk, tears streaming down his face. And in that moment, it was as if a gentle breeze passed by. A feather floated through the air. As if Michael had walked through that crowd and moved on. I'm here, just in a different place. Days later, reports were released. A body marked by dozens of injections, bones prominent. Dr. Murray was found guilty, but questions remained. Many still refused to believe. Michael doesn't die, he's just resting. Conspiracy theories began to spread. Some claimed he was alive, secretly living in another country. Others believed his death was a planned escape. But whatever the truth, one thing was certain. He had become more than a human, he had become a legend. July 7, 2009. Los Angeles, Staples Center. On stage, a coffin adorned with white flowers. Around it, 31 million people watched from screens. Stevie Wonder, Mariah Carey, Brooke Shields, all were crying. Through tears, Brooke leaned into the microphone. Michael, you weren't just an artist. You were a child, pure, fragile, forever young. Then Paris Jackson stepped onto the stage, her voice trembling. Dad! I love you so much. In that moment, the world fell silent. A child wept, and billions of hearts felt the same pain. As the funeral ended, the music rose slowly, Heal the World. The camera turned to the sky, and a white light appeared gradually. Michael seemed to walk toward that light, as if moving through the stage lights. Echoes of the past surrounded him. The young Michael in the Jackson 5 smiled. Michael danced onto the stage in his Thriller outfit. His pure self appeared, unmasked, where black and white skin met. All of them merged into a single figure. I am no longer just Michael. I am music itself. Weeks pass. This Is It is released. The sold-out concert rehearsals now become his final farewell. And millions of people watch the film, crying and applauding all at once. Album sales break records. Michael climbs the top of the charts again, this time, no longer alive. From 2013 to 2023, for a full decade, he becomes the highest-earning deceased artist. Ironic, yet meaningful. He died, but his career never ended. Fans around the world declare Michael Jackson Day. Every year on August 29, his dances fill the streets. Children learn the moonwalk, teenagers listen to Billie Jean. And Michael's voice echoes. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. A dark stage. Michael sits quietly in the white light. His hands rest on his knees, a peaceful smile on his face. No more pain, no more pressure. Only the music remains. And the music is with me. In the background, You Are Not Alone slowly begins to play. The camera rises to the sky. The lights of Los Angeles transform into a constellation. One star shines brighter than the rest. A name written upon it. Michael Joseph Jackson. And that star will never fade. Some people become legends while alive, some become immortal after death. Michael Jackson achieved both. Because his story didn't end with death, it just continued to another rhythm. June 25, 2009. Los Angeles woke up as usual, yet that morning felt different. There was a peculiar stillness over the city, the wind gently rustled the palm trees, distant birds chirped softly. But Michael Jackson's house, there, the silence was of another kind entirely. The room was dark, yet the morning light spilling through the window gently illuminated Michael's face. He lay in bed, eyes half closed, battling a deep insomnia. His hands rested wearily on his chest. It was clear that it wasn't just sleeplessness, years of exhaustion, stress, and pain had accumulated. At that moment, no one knew, that morning, a legend would take his final breath. The camera moves closer to the body beneath the white sheets, Michael Jackson. Tired, pale, yet still graceful. Still carrying the childlike spirit who danced on stage and mesmerized millions. A narrator's voice speaks. This is the story of a star, from birth to death, a tale of light and shadow. Michael slightly opened his eyes and drifted into thought. Little Michael, the stages, the songs, the applause, all flowed in his mind like a film reel. That morning, it was as if past and future were breathing with him at the same time. Michael Joseph Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in the small town of Gary, Indiana. He was the eighth of 10 children in a modest household. The house was tiny, the rooms narrow, but the dreams, those were enormous. His mother, Catherine, played the organ in church, her voice filling every corner of the house. His father, Joseph, would disappear into his own world at night with his guitar, yet at home, discipline was strict. Joseph's love was sometimes tender, sometimes a harsh teacher. By the age of 6, Michael had already felt his father's anger. Even the smallest mistake was punished with slaps or the belt. My father taught me to be perfect. But I forgot how to be a child, Michael would think years later. Little Michael's world gradually took shape under the stage lights. One evening, without rehearsal, while his father played guitar, that small body produced a voice larger than its size. Every note, every melody, was not only discovering music but also discovering himself. And thus, the Jackson 5 was born. Alongside his brothers, Michael took the stage, dazzling everyone. His small hands gripped the microphone tightly, yet he possessed a monumental voice. But behind every applause lay a tear, a child who had lost his childhood. Those days were not just about performing for Michael, they were an escape. Fearful of his father's stern gaze and mistakes, he found freedom on stage. Their first tours spanned small towns and distant city corners, sometimes weary, sometimes excited, but always passionate. Michael had signed with Motown Records when he was just 11 years old. His small body loomed large on stage, his voice resonating in the hearts of millions. Every song, every dance step, told a story, Michael's own story. Life in the studio was far from easy. He practiced for hours on end, perfecting every note, every rhythm. But he loved it. Little Michael spent hours recording with headphones in the studio, all the while dreaming. One day I'll make my own album, he told himself, and he never lost faith. Tours began, town by town, city by city. Exhausting yet exhilarating for a child. Long bus rides, repeating songs in the car, the lights of night stages, every moment became a lesson, a rehearsal, a memory. But there was a harsher side. By the age of 13, under his father's insistence, he began taking puberty-delaying medications to protect his voice. Responsibilities no child should bear, treating him like a product. In that moment, he realized he was no longer just a child, but a performance machine. Yet music remained his sanctuary. With the release of Off the Wall in 1979, he carved his own path. No longer a group member, he was a solo star. The album, filled with dance rhythms and emotional ballads, was more than just music, it was a journey to discover his own identity. During long hours in the studio, Michael would sometimes look out the window, observing life's ordinary yet warm moments. Children playing in the street, parents having breakfast, the sun rising slowly. He had once been one of them, but now he was the king of stage lights. Music makes me who I am, he whispered to himself. The stage isn't just a stage, it's my world. Those years were both freedom and loss. The stage stole his childhood, yet with every performance, every song, he recreated himself and shared a fragment of joy with the world. As the applause grew, so did the loneliness in his heart. But he always chose to shine on stage. 1982 marked a turning point. The Thriller album wasn't just an album, it was a revolution. Each song told a story, every rhythm a call. Billie Jean, Beat It, Thriller, millions danced, and the world now revolved around him. The studio was his laboratory. He practiced for hours, perfecting dance moves, feeling every note with his heart. Not a single detail escaped him. Dance steps, microphone technique, facial expressions, all pieces of a whole. He wasn't just singing, he was telling a story. Then came that moment, March 25, 1983, Motown 25. Stage lights, applause, millions of eyes. Michael stepped onto the stage, his heart racing but his face wearing that unique calm smile. Billie Jean began to play, and time seemed to stop. Performing his first moonwalk, everyone was mesmerized. In his small body, he carried immense power. The man walking backwards seemed to freeze time itself. The audience held their breath, eyes fixed on the screen. That step was more than a dance, it was history in motion. This wasn't just a step, it was a move that changed the course of history, Michael thought backstage, smiling to himself. But behind the glitter, shadows loomed. In 1984, during a Pepsi commercial shoot, a fire broke out. Michael's hair caught a flame. The physical pain was immense, but the emotional toll was just as heavy. To manage the pain, he began taking morphine, followed by Demerol. That quiet addiction would deepen over the years. Back at home, he faced his tired reflection in the mirror. Little Michael was still inside him, but the face behind the stage mask was fading. Everyone saw only a star, but he was still a child at heart, scared and hiding his pain. The dreams of Neverland were still a distant horizon. Michael felt the constant urge to relive his childhood in his own world. But for those days, he had to wait a little longer. First, he would take a journey that would make the world dance and turn him into a legend. Michael had become an icon to the world. Every step, every move watched by millions. But the person he saw in the mirror, that wasn't truly Michael. His face was changing, nose surgeries, jaw adjustments, changes in his skin, everyone talked about it, and the media's relentless scrutiny never ceased. Why does he want to be white? The truth was different. Vitiligo, but no one listened. Michael hid behind masks, glasses, gloves, hats, even ashamed of his own body. Neverland was his imagined paradise. There, he could play as he wished, relive his childhood. Colorful trains, a mini zoo, playgrounds, every corner promised happiness. Yet in the real world, escaping loneliness was impossible. 1993. The first child abuse allegation shattered Michael's world. Courts, rumors, newspapers, each headline pierced his heart like a knife. Friends stood by him, but the world labeled him a monster. They made me a monster. I only wanted to make children happy, Michael thought, tears in his eyes. Those days were filled with silent screams. By day, he danced on stage, by night, he wept alone in his room. Every laugh on stage was a veil, every applause a mask. Yet inside, a child remained. That child wanted to laugh, play, and be loved. One late afternoon, walking alone through Neverland, sunlight filtered through the trees. Michael stopped and took a deep breath. In the silence, he heard his own voice. Little Michael still lived within him. That child, though lost for years, somehow still guided him. And Michael continued to survive through the magic of the stage. The applause allowed him to breathe, to feel as if the world was dancing with him. But the real world was ruthless and lonely. Michael was still a king on stage, but the stage lights no longer shone as brightly as before. He tried to make a comeback with the History album. Every song was a cry, every rhythm a wail. With They Don't Care About Us, he wanted to share his feelings with the world, but the lyrics were misunderstood, and criticism followed. Studios, tours, rehearsals, for Michael, they were both therapy and torment. He would stand for hours at the microphone, eyes closed, putting his soul into every note. Yet inside, a void lingered. Applause, love, nothing was enough. In 2001, Invincible was released. A massive production, a magnificent voice, but his spirit was still weary. Drugs, insomnia, and the constant pressure from the media strained his connection with the child inside him. Alone with his own shadow, he would silently cry. Then 2003, the second lawsuit. Months of trials, interrogations, rumors. Michael was eventually acquitted, but he was no longer the same. When he left the courtroom, that famous smile remained, but in his eyes hid a tired child. "I don't want to sing anymore. I just want to be silent," he thought. For years, he wanted to return to the stage, to make new albums, to dance, but the world no longer understood him. Every new move was a test, every observer a judge. Michael needed not only his fans' love but his own love as well. Yet loneliness always prevailed. Even Neverland could no longer serve as a sanctuary. Instead of children's laughter, there was silence and echoes of the past. Michael continued to live as both a star and a child with every step. Each new album, each new song, was both a hope and a memory. Years later, Michael planned a comeback. This is it. 50 concerts, the last show, the final dance. His eyes shone with excitement and anxiety. These performances were a farewell for himself and for the world. Rehearsals began. Stage lights, costumes, dance choreography, everything had to be perfect. Michael constantly directed his team, supervising every detail. But at night, it was different. He couldn't sleep. Each night he begged his doctor, "Please, let me sleep a little." But sleep had become a luxury. Propofol and other medications provided only a few hours of escape. Michael stared at his weary reflection in the mirror, feeling the gap between the shining performer on stage and the lonely man in his room. That morning arrived. June 25, 2009, the sun gently lit Los Angeles, birds were singing. But that morning, Michael took his final breath. Propofol, silence, and his heart stopped. 2:26 p.m. The world paused for a moment. Michael Jackson was gone. The house was silent. But the emptiness in that room began to echo in the hearts of millions. A legend, still searching for love and admiration like a little child, was no longer there. Michael's death shook the world. The news spread rapidly, television, radio, the internet, everywhere, there was silence and disbelief. People cried in the streets of Los Angeles, unable to hold back their tears. A sea of people gathered in front of Neverland. With posters, lights, and flowers, they honored the legend. A small child whispered, holding a poster, "We love you, Michael." At the funeral on July 7th, the emotions reached their peak. Stevie Wonder couldn't hold back his tears. Brooke Shields leaned into the microphone and spoke together with the crowd. He wasn't just an artist, he was forever a child. Paris Jackson, through tears, said, "Dad, I love you." In that moment, the world stood still. People fell silent. Michael's loss wasn't just the death of a star, it was the loss of the childhood memories of millions. And in that silence, a light appeared. Michael was walking among the stage lights. In the background, Heal the World played. Around him, all the versions of his past emerged: Little Michael, Thriller-era Michael, Michael in the white jacket, they had all come together. Michael was no longer just a body. He had become music. Every song a breath, every rhythm a memory, every dance a spiritual expression. Death could not stop him, on the contrary, it immortalized him. This as it moved millions to tears in theaters. Album sales soared. Ironically, Michael reached the pinnacle after his death. He was no longer just a man, he had become a symbol, a melody, a spirit. Soft piano notes. A children's choir sings "You Are Not Alone." The camera rises to the sky. One star shines brighter than the rest. And the name of that star? Michael Joseph Jackson. Life is lived once. But if you live it right, once is enough. The light gradually fades. the music quietly comes to an end. Yet the legend lives on in every moonwalk step, every song, every applause.